So we make appointments, and we don't have public input on who we're going to put a public building authority, or the development corporation that holds, say, $10 or $12 million and a bunch of land right now, or the industrial development board. We don't have public hearing on those folks. So, I think trying to change the process just because it doesn't fit someone's agenda, I think it's wrong. I think we need to move forward under the state statute. Commissioner Mills.
Well, whatever plan you come up with, someone's going to shoot a hole in it. So, but I want to get back to what you're saying, is that you would like for everyone to submit a resume. Now, one district could have 10 resumes, and someone submit 5 pages on that resume, and someone submit a paragraph. That decision is still going to be made right here on this commission. Now, a resume is a resume.
Well, Commissioner Mills, I don't mean to interrupt you. Well, I didn't say a resume.
You do, or you wouldn't have said that?
Well, I mean, we didn't ask for resume. We just said we can't ask people to do that, I don't think, according to law.
What do you want them to do?
We want them to submit their name and any supporting material, and that could be a letter saying I'm interested in serving on commission, or it could be a resume with all their qualifications. But I think we just need to, and that puts everybody in the system who wants to get involved.
Well, you asked it. Why do I have to be your spokesperson?
I mean, is that right, John? I mean, can we ask people to? Can we?
You can ask people. You can give them the opportunity to present their qualifications for office. Is what I would be interested in if I were a member of this body.
Is that a resume?
Which would include a resume. They can submit it, or they don't have to submit it. The floor will be open for nominations on the appointment day, whether they have submitted their applications or qualifications or resume or not.
Well, that's the point I'm making. Someone could submit material, all right? So you'll be happy, Scott. Someone can submit some material, and then on the day that we're going to do the appointing, there could be 5 more people says, hey, I'd like to have that job. So you're not just going to throw them out, right, just because they didn't send you a letter.
Point of order.
Point of what order?
I was just the question on the floor is the election, correct? Special election.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think we're talking about a process may be getting the cart ahead of the horse. I think we need to decide if this body wants to do a special election or not. So just for the sake of time, I'm just pointing out that maybe we ought to vote on the election, then go forward if that fails, and if it doesn't, go there.
Okay, I'm fine with that, so I vote no.
Okay, point of order, since we're doing that. I did put my name on the...
And we're going to let you speak, and just let me get the commissioners done first, and then we've got a couple of people to speak, and then we'll come back if commissioners have questions. So we'll let you speak, I promise. Okay, Commissioner Ballard.
Yes. I would like to say, of course, a special election is a popular way for this to be resolved, and a lot of us, I'm not saying that it's the easy way out, but everyone that's up here today is getting a ton of phone calls and faxes. And to be honest with you, not all of mine are for a special election. I just sat down and wrote a few. A lot of the people want the second in command in some of the offices to take charge.
My wife won't do it.
The candidates, when you say qualified candidates, I'm not
first in charge, buddy.
I'm not so sure what a qualified candidate is when you look at the depth and breadth of the steer, but the variety of life experiences sort of put us up here. But, a downside of putting a candidate in a short run like this off the street into a register of deeds or something, that is a business office. They could do a lot of damage in just a short amount of time, 4 months that they're in there for a special election. And then I've also had input the people that came in second in the election that we've had be appointed to the office. So basically, we've had every solution but the biblical one of casting lots. And I think the most speediest way to resolve this is by us doing what that we need to do, and that is make the appointments, and this will end this and start the healing process. It's only short term till February, be it by election and by appointment, and if we make a mistake here, it certainly can be corrected in February. That's all I have to say on it.
Commissioner Pinkston.
I feel like we ought to do like the state constitution says. That's our job. The people do have input because they elected us. We are their representatives. We were elected to do our job, and that's what the Constitution and the Charter of Knox County calls for. It's for us to do it. If we appoint these people, it's over. We need to get these people in here. We've got an upcoming budget coming, and it's going to be tight for us. And we're talking about roughly $550,000, over $500,000 according to the graph. And that's 275 and 275. That's money that we need to save because we're going to be funding a sheriff's pension thing here, and we've got a lot of things that's facing us, and we need to save this county every penny that we can. We do not need to waste money at this critical time. Now, as far as qualifications, I don't know if anybody goes over here and gets a degree in county commission. Maybe I'm wrong, but nobody is qualified for this job until they get here. There's nobody here was qualified when they were elected. Now, Commissioner Mills asked me about the qualifications, and I said, well, we could go along with what the Sentinel says. I said, ask them what movie I like and all that. You know, that's what they put in there. Let's get over this and get back to our charter and the Constitution. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I think Commissioner Grease is next.
Just a couple quick comments. I mean, there's been some discussion that this is a short-term appointment, when in fact it's a 19-month appointment. It's 2 budget cycles. It's half of the mayor's term. It's half of those remaining commissioners' terms. And so to say let's just do it the easy way, make some appointments because it does not matter, well, it does matter. If we appoint people in February or January 31st, whatever date, that's through August of 2008. That's a big-time appointment. And so the question is, do we want the people to make those appointments, or do we want to make them ourselves? Do we think we know more than the people when it comes to figuring out who the qualified candidate is? And I suggest to you, if it takes 2 more months to get this election through the state legislature and a winner-take-all single election, I think that's a smart way to go. I'm done. By the way, you mentioned someone's agenda. Well, apparently a lot of people have agendas up here. I'm not casting stones at anybody. I have an agenda, too. I'd like for the people to vote, and that's why I advocate the position that I do.
Well, you know, I was only mentioning agendas because if you get 90 candidates out here and they can get 30 people to come to these public forums or public meetings, they've got an agenda. The thing is that we are bound by law. When we took this job, we all signed our name to run for this office, and we knew what we had to do. Now, to say, well, I think someone else can do it better would be a nice way to do it, but in fact, we have to do it.
I'll follow up quickly. That's not the intent of my motion. It's not to spit in the face of the law. It's to ask the law accommodate our situation.
Commissioner Lambert.
I think we've beaten this horse to death. I'm going to call for the question.
Okay. I guess we need to vote on the call. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
Oh.
I can't tell.
Lights on.
You got a lady at the podium.
You only got one light on.
You also have some public that wants to speak.
I know. Let's do the 2 lights if we have no objections, and then we'll get the 2 people that signed up. So, Commissioner Smith.
You know, I want something in the middle. You know, I'm just not comfortable with people or with not being able to hear from the candidates. I think we owe it to the candidates. You know, when we all ran, we gave a platform what we want to do, how we wanted to better Knox County. I don't know if you can say it on a resume. I want to see their fire in their belly. I want to see them at the podium, and I want to see their passion and conviction, what they want to do for Knox County. And that's what helps me, and what they've done in the community and whatnot. I mean, hey, I can appoint people. I can do that today. But I think we owe it to the public to let them see what they're getting to. I just want to have some sort of input from the candidate. We don't have to have the public ask questions, but if you're a candidate and you want to run, we ought to have this on this 31st. I'm for going ahead and doing it on the 31st. I'm ready for that. But let's let these people give them 3 to 5 minutes and say what they want to, and that helps me know that